Today, we will explore Mercury, the first planet from the Sun and the smallest one in our solar system. Here are 5 facts about Mercury that will blow your mind. Number 5. A difficult journey. Mercury is the most difficult planet to visit in our planetary neighborhood. It is also the least explored planet in the solar system, with only 2 spacecrafts ever visiting Mercury, those being Mariner 10 in the 1970s and Messenger in the 2010s. These were primarily flyby missions, meaning they only passed by the planet and took some pictures and measurements. Messenger did, however, orbit Mercury for about 4 years before crashing into the surface at the end of its mission. Currently, no spacecraft has ever landed on Mercury. Why is that? Well, one reason is that Mercury is very hard to reach. In order to get to Mercury, a spacecraft has to travel very fast and then slow down drastically to avoid being pulled into the sun's enormous gravity or flying past the planet entirely. This requires a lot of fuel and many precise maneuvers, which are expensive and risky. Another reason is that Mercury is a very harsh planet. Mercury has no atmosphere to protect it from the sun's immense heat and radiation. There is also no protection from meteoroids and dust. Mercury also has a very weak magnetic field, which means it is exposed to the solar wind, which is a stream of charged particles from the sun that can damage a spacecraft's electronics. Mercury may be the most challenging planet to explore, but it is also one of the most rewarding, because it can teach us a lot about the origin and evolution of our solar system. It also gives humanity a challenge to further our understanding and satisfy our curiosity about this mysterious world. Number 4. A lonely planet. Mercury is a seemingly lonely planet, as it has no moons or rings to keep it company. One probable reason for this is that Mercury is too close to the sun, and the sun's gravity is very strong. Any moon that would orbit Mercury would likely be pulled away by the sun, or crash into Mercury, or be ejected into space. Another reason is that Mercury is too small, and its gravity is too weak. Any ring that would form around Mercury would be dispersed by the sun's radiation, or swept away by the solar wind, or perhaps even captured by other planets. Mercury is one of the 2 rocky planets in the solar system, with no moons or rings, the other being Venus. Number 3. Strange motion. Mercury has a very slow and strange rotation. It takes Mercury 88 Earth days to orbit the sun, giving it the shortest year of any planet in the solar system. But Mercury also takes a long time to spin around its axis. One rotation of a planet around its axis is known as the sidereal day of a planet, and Mercury rotates around its axis once every 59 Earth days. But due to its strange rotation, one full day night cycle, otherwise known as a planet's solar day, lasts about 176 Earth days. This means that one day on Mercury is longer than its year. And that's not all. Mercury also has a very eccentric orbit, meaning it is not a perfect circle, but rather an oval. Mercury's distance from the Sun varies from 46 million kilometers or 29 million miles at its closest point to 70 million kilometers or 43 million miles at its furthest point. This variation also affects Mercury's rotation, making it even more complicated. Mercury rotates 3 times for every 2 orbits around the Sun, which means that one sunrise on Mercury lasts about 180 Earth days. That's a very long day indeed. Number 2. An iron world. Mercury has the most iron of any planet in the solar system. Mercury is a rocky planet, like Earth, but much smaller. Mercury has a diameter of only 4,879 kilometers, or 3,032 miles, compared to Earth's 12,742 kilometers. or 7,918 miles. Mercury also has a large iron core that makes up about 42% of its volume, compared to Earth's 17%. This means that Mercury has the highest iron-to-rock ratio of any planet in the solar system. Mercury's iron core is also responsible for its weak magnetic field, which is only about 1% of Earth's. Scientists think that Mercury's iron core was formed early in the history of the solar system, when a giant impact stripped away most of its outer layers, leaving behind a dense and metallic planet. Number 1. Mercury's temperature. Mercury is not the hottest planet in the solar system. You might think that because Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, it must be the hottest. But interestingly, that's not the case. Mercury has no atmosphere to trap in heat from the Sun, so it loses most of its heat to space. As a result, Mercury has a huge temperature range from -173 degrees Celsius or -279 degrees Fahrenheit on the night side to 427 degrees Celsius or 801 degrees Fahrenheit on the day side. That's a difference of 600 degrees Celsius or 1080 degrees Fahrenheit. Venus, on the other hand, has a thick atmosphere that has created a runaway greenhouse effect, keeping the surface temperature at a scorching 462 degrees Celsius or 864 degrees Fahrenheit most of the time. So surprisingly, Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system and not Mercury. This was just 5 amazing facts among many about this interesting and mysterious world. I hope you enjoyed today's video and perhaps learned something new and interesting. If you did, feel free to show your support with a like by sharing this video with someone else who may enjoy it, or leave a comment with your thoughts below, and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Thanks again, and until next time, take care and be well.